Pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour towards it.
All right. Earth is life. What's up, B-Ball? Let me hear your home run here.
No. You claim you were going to destroy me, so I'll sit back. I'll let you say what you got to say, and then I'll rebut. Go ahead.
Well, just so everyone gets the context, this is my rebuttal to your alleged home run globe proof. So if you want to lay it out for the room.
Yeah, it's been laid out many times, so go ahead. You had a rebuttal you posted in the chat earlier, so go ahead and show how that
I don't know what it is. Can you just since I don't know what it is and someone else said what is it? Why don't you go ahead and do that?
I have no idea what it is either.
Okay, so the subject is Southern Hemisphere flights.
Okay, so what's your claim and what's the argument?
Flights from two places in the Southern Hemisphere. From Sydney to Johannesburg.
Okay.
Apparently you guys like the claim. I'm not saying everybody, but certain flights make more sense on a flat Earth, which has been said many times and shown I don't know how many times. But these specific flights don't make any sense on a flat Earth with the distance and the speed traveled.
You mean on a flat Earth map?
I think the main point.
These flights. No one else jump into me. This is just me and Witsit.
Let Witsit and B-Ball go back and forth.
Yeah, sorry, I just jumped.
5 minutes. Give him 5 minutes.
So you mean on a flat Earth map?
On the map that you guys claim that makes more sense with flights.
Okay, so before we get started, my position is there is no accurate map that exists because we don't have an accurate central point. And so if you don't have an accurate central point, you can't accurately lay out the map. I'm not trying to dismiss the whole entire conversation, though, because I'm still going to destroy your argument, because it's really easy. But that is the honest approach. So don't pretend that we're claiming that's a definitive map. I'm certainly not doing that. That would be stupid. But go ahead.
Yeah, that would be stupid to claim the map that makes more sense and then claim we don't use a map. Right.
No, so again, it's just like there are emergency landings that would make more sense on the flat projection, but I don't have to claim that is the accurate, definitive projection of the Earth.
Okay, regardless of those few flights you guys like to bring up, these specific flights, the ones between Auckland and Santiago, and the one between Johannesburg and Sydney, these are non-stop flights. Okay, that travel at a specific speed and a specific distance. It only matches the globe model.
Okay, so here's the first question: did the two flights have different durations, going different directions? Yes or no?
Yes, they do. Yes,
okay,
they do.
what's the difference?
The jet stream.
Okay, and what's roughly the difference?
About sometimes 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, it can be upwards of 3 hours easy.
Mm-hmm.
So it can actually push towards 4 hours.
Okay, no, it's never been 4 hours. Sorry.
Yeah, it's over 3.5 hours multiple times. So we have a huge difference. So from the beginning, we already know we have to acknowledge jet streams, right?
Yep.
Okay, so how fast can a plane go in a jet stream?
Well, the thing that you posted was at that one time, that record time that happened one time in history, it was about 800 miles per hour. But that wasn't in the Southern Hemisphere now, was it?
It didn't happen one time in history. Wait, are the jet streams faster or slower in the South?
It depends.
Are the jet streams faster or slower in the South?
I'm not going to say fast or slow because it changes.
We both know the answer is faster. They're significantly slower in the North. That's why the jet streams that go over the U.S. are much slower.
Okay, where's your evidence showing they go faster in the Southern Hemisphere?
Okay, the top speeds in the South are much higher than the top speeds in the North. You didn't know that?
What are the top speeds? What are the top speeds then?
Oh, I don't know. So you're saying that they're
because these flights, right? The data for these flights and the speed is posted. Unless you want to claim that the data is incorrect. There's never been a time that any of these flights traveled 800 miles per hour.
Okay, well, what we're trying to break down here is that planes can travel over 800 miles per hour. Now, that just because you say it's only been
I
done
agree
once,
with you.
just because you say it's
I
only
agree
been
with
done
you.
once, just because you say it's only been done once in history, that's not actually true. It was just reported one time. Okay, so it's just invoked to show that it's possible, right?
Again, I agree with you. Though, I agree with you on the one that you posted. Hold on, the one that you posted. Yes, that happened, but that doesn't happen with these flights.
Okay, so that's your claim, but the point is that
It's not.
we know that
It's not a claim.
yes, yes. So here's the summary of it, right? In order for you to propose the positive claim that this is exclusive to a globe Earth model, right? For one, you're going to have to strawman the flat Earth and use the model and come up with mileage without applying a scale to the southern portion. You're not even going to apply the scale, which is the only way the map is proposed. So that right there doesn't even make sense. Okay. Secondly, you draw a line straight over the land, which is not what the flight does. So that's your second straw man. It goes over ocean, right? Okay.
So you're okay. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. And then we know it goes with the jet streams, and when it goes against the jet, and we know it goes with the jet streams, and when it goes against the jet streams, it takes much longer. Now, here's the real important part that you keep whistling past for like 3 weeks now. Okay. So whenever you take a flight from across the United States, for example, the duration of the flight drastically varies. Okay, they predict a flight time, and they always predict it longer than it actually is to give the flight more time to land, within the suspected arrival time, right? Like it's never the actual duration, and it fluctuates greatly. That's just 2,000-mile flights. It fluctuates greatly. It can fluctuate over an hour or more based on a variance of factors. We're talking about a incredibly long flight. So what you need to do to propose your claim, to even propose it, you need to get all the actual data from beginning to end, there and back, how long it took, how long it takes every time, what's the average, what's the variables that factor into that average, and how long it is for them to get to that place, and how many times it's actually faster or slower than the predicted arrival time. That's your first step. If you can't do that, you can't make any claims about how long it takes the plane to go. You don't even have how long it takes the plane to go.
So the cool thing about FlightAware, Flight Radar 24, and other websites is that you can download a spreadsheet showing every few minutes, it has flight time, it has the speed, it has GPS coordinates. So yes, I can get that data for you.
Okay, well, you should have already had that data before you proposed the claim. But the point is that we need beginning to end, and we need a bunch of them. Okay, now one of the big problems you have here is this flight is very, very rare. The nonstop of this flight is very rare. You act like it happens all the time. It does
not. It's not very rare. It happens several times a week.
The nonstop.
Yes, the nonstop flights. I'll post it in the chat again.
No, we don't want to see your screenshot. We want to see the actual data.
And I've already provided the link to it, which you've never clicked on to look at.
We want to see the actual data from beginning.
I'll provide the link for you.
Listen, man, we need the data from beginning to end of the flight there and the opposite way, what the time difference is, the variables that cause the difference, okay? That's what we need to start it off with. And now you're saying that the plane would have to fly 1,000 miles per hour to get there on a flat Earth. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, roughly, yeah.
All right. So
since you guys don't have a map, we don't know. But the data that we have actually matches the globe model.
Okay, so it doesn't, because it's all over the place. It takes all kinds of different times. Yes, it does. Objectively.
No, it doesn't. No,
it does.
So Witsit, you're telling me you haven't, since the last time we spoke about this, you claimed that you were going to look into this. So you're telling me you haven't looked into it yet?
What I've looked into is that I know that it can take up to 4-hour difference going the opposite way. Okay, 3.5 to 4 hour difference. Right.
Hey, does the speed of the flight change? The posted speed.
The posted speed isn't always accurate. So you're claiming that it is.
The posted speed is, again, I can download all the data, and every few minutes it shows the speed of the aircraft.
Okay, have you actually done that?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so how fast does the plane go with the jet stream in these flights?
The posted speed is normally 482 knots, okay? And the time, hold on, the time is usually between what, 10 and 14 hours? So you take that time and the speed and you do the math. Tell me when does it match a flat Earth model?
You're telling me that the speed doesn't change when you go with the jet stream?
Yeah, it changes.
Okay,
Not
what's
by
the
that much? Not 800 miles per hour. At no point has it ever been 800 miles per hour.
Okay, so even though the jet streams are faster, and we know that planes in the slower jet streams can go over 800 miles per hour, and it's been reported. And I'm asking you, what's the difference when you fly with the jet stream speed-wise?
So if the plane was flying at 800 miles per hour, going that distance, the flight would only take 8 hours. You know that, right?
So you're actually not going to answer the question?
Say your question again.
Yeah. So what's the difference in speed when you fly with the jet stream?
There's not much difference with it.
So you don't know.
The flight speed doesn't change. It never gets to 800 miles per hour. So that's your answer. Now, here's my question to you. Well, not a question. I'm going to tell you. At that distance between these two airports, if the plane was traveling 800 miles per hour, it would take 8.5 hours. At no point have these flights ever taken 8.5 hours.
Wait, on a flat Earth or a globe Earth?
On a globe.
Okay.
And
well,
regardless, we're talking about the distance and the speed, right? And the time.
You know what I find interesting? I find interesting how the southern jet trails do not migrate.
Data, please. This is not
migrate, but the northern jet trails does migrate between winter and summer. Why does the northern jet trails migrate in the wintertime, but the southern jet trails don't? And they make the southern jet trails remain consistent. Huh?
Southern's faster. So anyway,
here's why it's faster. Here's why it's faster is because the northern jet trails, they actually change patterns. They don't remain consistent. They have to migrate. The southern jet trail, why it remains faster is because it remains constant. I wonder why that is. How does that work on a ball, by the way?
Quite easily, thank you very much. It only works on the ball. Can't work on the flat Earth.
Yeah, since we were having a conversation and they didn't want to jump in.
No, hold on. Let's bring it back. I think we had, let's bring it back to Witsit and B-ball, please.
So everyone wants to try and white knight for him? He's getting destroyed here?
No, I'm getting destroyed. Okay, I already refuted your whole argument with my additional preface by saying that we don't. Well, you're strawmanning a flat Earth map without an accurate central point, and you're not applying a scale to the south, and then you're drawing a line directly over land when the plane flies over water.
Exactly, it flies over water. Thanks for agreeing with me.
So it goes with the jet streams, and then when it goes against them, whatever way it goes with the jet streams. You're making the claim. You're making the claim, Blue. Hey, you're making the claim, okay? You're claiming it doesn't work on a flat Earth. Then you're trying to draw it over land, which is just a blatant straw man, okay? It's stupid because it flies over the water, which is where the jet streams are. And in the south, it flies faster. And whenever we see, even in the north, where the jet streams are slower, the planes can go over 800 miles per hour. Your entire argument requires the accuracy of this stupid free app.
Does it?
Hey,
which direction does it fly over the flat Earth?
Wait, can I add to this real quick?
No, Travis. No.
Just real quick, B-ball. You'll appreciate it. It's real fast.
No, Travis. Go ahead with it.
Your entire argument requires the accuracy of those speeds reported, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm challenging that those are the accurate speeds because what they actually do is they factor in the time, what percentage of the presupposed distance they've covered, and that's how they factor in the speed. Okay, so
I spent 45 minutes one day with RC Meisty. He used to use this plane as proof of distances. He couldn't do it.
Wait a minute, I wanted to say something.
B-ball definitely ain't gonna be able to do it right now.
I've already done it. I've already done it because it doesn't.
Let's prove whatever with it. Go ahead.
Which direction does it fly on the flat Earth? No, Travis. Which direction does it fly on flat Earth? No.
Why can't Travis get in though? Come on, guys.
Yeah,
because this is between me and Witsit. Since Witsit claimed he was going to destroy
let him go. I shouldn't even have said anything. Let him go.
Mono y mono.
I've already destroyed it. Answer the question. Stop
How?
asking me
How did you
questions.
destroy it? How did you destroy
How
it? What
You have
do
no
they
rebuttal to
determine?
to his last comment.
How do they determine the speed of the plane?
do they not have the controls inside the aircraft that report back to the towers
The
and
way
the
that flight
GPS
radar,
that
the way that flight radar actually reports the speed is based on the percentage of the route that's been covered, right? Based on the
yeah.
expected time. That's it. And then it gives you a map, has
Okay.
an
So at
algorithm
what
that
point?
outputs it.
So at what point does it ever register over 800 miles per hour?
Well, here's the thing. So we're talking about ground speed, right? So airspeed is the speed that the plane travels relative to the air that it's in. Okay. That doesn't have to change much, right? It doesn't change much. Okay, good job. We're talking about the ground speed.
So a plane that flies this distance at this speed, 500, let's say 550 miles per hour. Can you do the math and tell me how long it should take?
It travels faster than that. Is the whole
No, it
point.
doesn't.
I'm contending.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, then
So you're saying that
verify the speeds reported, please.
so you're saying that the flight that the speed that they post on these websites is wrong?
I just said that, yeah, because the way that the
Oh,
websites
okay,
get the data,
so you're just gonna
the
claim that
way
it's
the
wrong. Okay.
websites get the way the websites get the data is the presupposed distance, what percentage of the route has been covered, and then they give you the speed with an algorithm. That's all it does. It constantly updates an algorithm with the presupposed distance of the globe. That's all it does.
Damn. So this is what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna actually download the data from one of these flights that happened on the 22nd of June. Flight time was 10 hours and the flight time was 10 hours and 48 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, but while you dominate that, can Travis get in with what he wanted to say now?
Yeah,
Go
it'll
ahead,
just
Travis.
be. Thank you. Yeah. It'll just be real quick. So when I first saw your post, B-ball, the one of the screenshot of the oceanic flight and the one of the flat Earth across the land flight, the first reaction I thought was, well, in the middle of that flight, you're either over the ocean or over the land. So if anyone out there is listening to the sultry sound of my voice and you're going to make this flight, get halfway over and take a picture. Whatever you're over is going to show us where you are.
The cool thing about this is that someone from this server actually took this flight.
You don't even know.
In the meantime,
that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. My point. So then he should have taken a picture where he was mid-flight, because if he was over the ocean, then
He wasn't a flat earther yet.
It doesn't matter.
It was a
who
flat
he
earther that
is.
took the flight. Yeah, I'm just saying he wouldn't have taken those pictures because he wasn't a flat earther at the time.
Okay, well, whatever. I'm just my point is made. Does that make sense? Does everybody hear what I'm saying? If you are flying over the ocean, because that one is you're flying over the ocean the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, just so you know, man, you don't seem to understand the way that you don't know how planes clock speed. You said they use radar. Okay, so they don't.
I didn't say radar. Did
Yes,
I say radar? No, I
what'd
didn't.
you say?
I said
What'd you say?
I said GP. There's many things. There's GPS, and then there's the actual dials or whatever the hell you use inside the plane.
Dials or whatever the hell you use inside the plane. Oh my God. Okay,
Yes.
GPS presupposes the distance, which is what's in contention.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, yes, it
No,
does.
it doesn't.
He can't prove the distance.
Of course
he won't
not.
be able to do it.
Listen, let him critique. Oh, no. Let him listen. This is the point of the conversation where his contention is made clear again. I understood that was his point of contention from the beginning. This is where people like you go, oh my God, no. Well, that's the whole point of the discussion. He's contending what you're saying no to. Allow him to make his point.
Oh, you're only claiming what you're claiming is that the post.
So you're gonna talk immediately.
I'm not, dude. This doesn't involve you, man. This involves me and Witsit, please.
So let Witsit talk.
Yeah.
This is so personal.
You said GPS. GPS literally invokes and presupposes the very distance that's in contention. So that is inadmissible. You then said the dials and stuff that the plane uses. That's not how it works. They look at stuff on the ground. Okay, that's how they get their ground speed, airspeed. They do it relative to the air that they're in. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how much ground it covers. That's what we need to know. And if you're presupposing the distance to get that amount, then that is a reification fallacy. It's begging the question that's in contention.
How does GPS presuppose distance?
GPS has
with Einsteinian physics.
Yeah, how do you not know the GPS predetermines the globe metrics and integrates that into its algorithm? You didn't know
I don't know, but I have no idea. But could you answer what I asked you?
The globe didn't move the way
ground
it did.
towers have known distance between 2 points.
There's no
ground towers are using trilateration because they know the points. It's ground tower based. It's satellite ground tower based to tower based. That's how they get the initial.
Can I get back to my conversation, please? Can I get back to my conversation, please?
Can you verify the speed?
You use ground towers.
I verified this
to triangulate and to trilaterate.
Hold on a second, guys.
Give him like a few more. Hold on.
You know how airplanes
guys, Jeremy's talking.
Wait.
A mod's talking. Come on.
Hold on, guys. Give him a few more minutes. Hold on.
The speed is verified by the website which posted it. Right? Then I can just take this the time it took and the speed.
No,
and get the distance.
The speed requires the distance. The speed requires the distance, and that's
all right.
What
let me do this real quick.
So can you please verify the distance and speed?
Ground speed is done with the
listen. Listen real quick, right? You can take the distance divided by the speed, and it gives you the time. You can take this. You can take the speed multiplied by the time, and it gives you the distance. Then you can take the distance divided by the time, and it gives you the speed.
So you want any one of
those variables. You can take any of those variables, and it always matches the globe model.
Okay.
So I'm sorry.
Relative to the air that it's in. Okay. Right.
Then the time would be different with it.
Yeah. Well said. Agreed. Well said.
Okay, so you're in jet streams. It takes like 3 to 4 hours longer when you go against the jet streams. You're going to have to verify the distance, and you're trying to reify the distance to verify your claim of distance.
We know the distance.
The distance is verified.
We know the distance.
Yeah, but your distance.
Why don't you guys take turns? You know,
you think that the
flat? Your distance is way off.
Hey, yo, hold on.
You think that pilots
just take off? Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Jeremy.
Let's give Witsit and B-Ball like a few more minutes. Come on, guys. We've been doing this for years.
Verify the distance.
The distance is verified by the speed and the time.
Verify the distance, and if you get the speed.
The distance is verified by the speed and the time.
How do we get the speed?
The distance divided by the time.
That is pretty circular. Yeah, he's body.
That is what you do. He's correct. That is what you do. That is correct. That is what you do. You can make a little triangle if you want, and put the D on top of the pyramid, and then put a line below the D, and then divide the S and the T, or put the S times T, and then you have your little reminder of how to find out the equation of speed, distance, and time. So he's correct.
Stop and start the clock.
Guys, let's give Witsit and B-Ball like 2 more minutes, please, guys.
Really quick. Witsit, we can go through the math if you want. We can get the actual distance and time, and we can figure it out which map.
I said, how do you verify the distance? You said speed and time.
I told you.
I said, how do you verify the speed? You said distance. So to get the distance, we need the distance. That's your answer.
So wait. So you're saying that we don't know the distance between these two airports?
We do not know the distance of the plane travel. That's the whole contingent. Your whole argument is that it would be too far on a flat earth.
Okay. We don't know the distance between these two airports? You don't think the FAA knows the distance between?
Can I interject and suggest the flaw here so everybody understands what the flaw potentially could be?
Wait. Oh, my God.
Yeah, nobody knows the flaw. I can highlight the flaw quickly so people understand what the flaw is. The point is, if you're traveling at a speed, but you have wind push and you're traveling over a distance.
Data, just give him 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes, Data, please.
How do you verify the distance?
Witsit's killing him.
How do we verify the distance? Do we not know the distance between these two airports? Does the FAA not know the distance between these two airports? Is that a fucking mystery?
So now you're just vaguely appealing to authority. How do you verify? What's the methodology of verification for the distance, please?
Oh my God.
You can let me see. You can go on Google Earth and measure it, or you can Google it. What's the distance between these two airports? You
Just
can
just a Google
take
Earth.
the, you can take, you can
measure it
take,
with
hold
your
on, I'm
fucking
giving you
tape
all
measure.
the ways to verify it. I'm giving you all the ways to verify it. You can take the time that this flight took to get from one place to another, and you can get the
Fuck my
distance that
life.
way.
No, because you need the speed, and to get the speed, you need to know the distance.
No shit, dude. All that's given. All of that is given. Do I have to?
Lost
So
speedball.
we're gonna go back to.
So
No, I didn't.
do you
Because he
understand
still
that
can't.
variable?
No,
Do you
wait,
understand
stop.
variable?
Before, no, stop. So on the globe model, we're gonna go through the numbers here. The distance between these two airports is 6,863 miles. Is it not Witsit?
Whenever we
You
travel,
even verified it last time. Last time we spoke about this.
you're making the claim of the distance. Can you please verify it?
Do I have to go out there and measure it myself, or can
If
I
we're
let the
gonna go
plane measure it?
We can't let the plane
No, you
measure it.
cannot let the plane measure it. No.
Why not? Why not?
You're using
Why not?
speed.
You do not have a constant. You do not have constant variables for measuring units. For instance, if you're traveling at a certain velocity at a certain time, you can get the distance. But if that velocity is a variable, you're not going to get an accurate distance. So, for instance, if you're flying crosswinds, jet streams, whatever it is, you're flying at variable speeds. You can have it. You can relatively get a constant if you're subjected to that environment. But if your environment changes over that distance, and you're adjusting to match that environment, your actual distance won't be 100% accurate. Absolutely not. No way, because you're playing with a variable as far as your velocity, your speed goes. So your speed changes, your time duration changes, your distance changes. So the point is of accuracy, you're going to have constants. You don't have constants in this case. In other words, if you want to use a pure mathematics and take 300 miles an hour or 3 hours, you can definitely get the distance. But that's a That's a constant. That's a constant. But that's a constant, though. You're applying a constant, pure mathematics to reality, and that's not reality. Reality is crosswinds, jet winds, all kinds of variables. You're trying to quantify pure mathematics into reality. That's not how you do shit, dude.
Because math doesn't lie. That's why.
Well, we don't have to. Yeah,
In this sense, it's deceiving you. In this sense, it's deceiving you because it's just pure mathematics. It's not applying true life variables.
Math doesn't lie.
Well, listen,
again,
it is real life variables because people take this flight several times a week. So it is real life variables.
Math based on presuppositions doesn't prove the very
thing. It's
thing.
not a presupposition because the flight actually happens.
I told you to meditate and drink some water before I jumped on here. You got to chill out, okay? So it's very simple. So we're flying in faster jet streams, okay? You're claiming that the plane slows down. You're claiming that the plane slows down its flight speed during the. Well, it has to maintain the same speed, buddy, because it's going in jet streams. Okay, it's obviously going faster. Now, the way your little flight radar website works is it gives you the speed based on the presupposed distance and the percentage of the presupposed distance that has been covered. Do you understand that?
The distance isn't presupposed.
Then how's it verified?
Do you not think the FAA knows the distance between these two airports, Witsit?
I think that whenever this very rare flight happens, it uses jet stream and it goes.
Again, it's not rare.
Change?
It happens several times a week. Witsit, stop saying it's rare.
Does the distance change because the winds are stronger?
No. Well, do you not understand that the argument is that on a flat Earth it would be further? Do you not understand that?
Do you understand the argument is we know how to measure ground speed?
Yeah, ground speed. How do you measure the ground speed of this plane?
Oh, there's several different ways.
Give me one.
They have a ground speed radar, direct reading.
Ground speed radar all the way to the plane?
Yeah, from the plane.
Really? The radar goes down to the ground?
Yep.
I've never seen one. Distance. I went over this with RC Micey. This will not lead to them getting a distance watch.
Of course not. Of course, cite the radar data.
Do you think that pilots take off not knowing how far they have to fly?
That's all you guys can say is stupid comments. Can you guys actually cite the radar data, please?
Do you actually think that we don't know the distance between two airports?
The ground speed radar.
Hello,
let's do this. 550, right?
Oh, he's reifying it again. He's reifying it again.
I want to answer you this question first. Do you really think that in today's day and age that we take off an airplane with some 500 people on board, not knowing how far we have to fly, not knowing how much fuel has to be on board, and we just kind of wing it?
No, I think they know how much fuel because
that's your argument. If that's your argument, no wonder you like coming here. You want to engage in full retardia. The point is that you cannot use
Great argument.
You can use pure mathematics.
Argument here.
You can use pure mathematics as an example, but if you want to be accurate in using any time over distance measurements, you have to have some facts down first, which you guys want to ignore the facts, which is you can't use pure mathematics to have.
Do you really think
you can't use pure mathematics to represent reality? It doesn't work. You have too many errors.
Actually, do you think that again? I want the answer. There's this question: do you guys really think that we don't know the distance between 2 points?
What I know that you don't know is that every map that you're going to use uses Euclidean. I use circles, radiuses, and straight lines and angles. I know you don't care. So when I use those maps, I use Euclidean geometry. I don't have to think of a ball. I don't have to navigate a ball.
You guys are dodging the question. It's a very simple question.
Do you understand?
Hello? You can answer the question or not? Do we know the distance between 2 points before we take off?
So do you know how to confirm those distances?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so if
I don't give a shit. Hold on a second. If you think that we don't know how far we're flying.
Guys,
everyone's got
to stop talking so much. If everyone here just wants to hear themselves talk, it's ridiculous.
I just want to hear the answer to a very fucking simple question.
Every time someone goes to answer
talking right now is getting muted, just so you guys know. All right, one at a time, guys. There we go.
Every time someone goes to answer your question, you start interrupting and then ridiculing them. Okay, so here's the answer. We have a general idea of how long the flight path takes. It varies though, based on if you're going with or against the jet streams and a variance of factors, weather patterns, etc. Flight paths are not exactly right every single time. We have a general idea of how long it takes to go from this airport to the next airport when you fly over the ocean with the jet stream, and that is all that we need. You're claiming something additional, not the time. You're claiming the distance. So we need you to verify the distance without reifying it. Then you go to flight radar, you pull up the speed, which uses the presupposed distance to get the speed and updates with an algorithm constantly in live time.
So hold on a second. We know the time.
You keep saying that, but it's not. You're just lying.
So we know the time of the flight, and we know the speed of the airplane. Geez, I think we can figure out the distance then.
So when you guys
show us how you got the distance, you can't do it. I'm telling you. I ran through this with RC Meisty.
No, you're wrong.
He was trying to use planes.
You guys don't know jack about aviation.
RC Meisty is your plane expert. You know, I don't know if they ever flew the SR-71, but RC Meisty is our plane expert.
Hold on. Okay, let's do this, right?
Yeah, hold on. You were gonna mute.
No. Wait.
But now,
so Jeremy, let me ask you. Wait, hold on.
You're all talking over him.
Jeremy, let me ask you. If a flight is traveling 550 miles an hour, right, and it goes for 12 hours, how far did it go?
Is that the ground speed?
That's the speed of the aircraft.
Well, they don't use the speed of an aircraft in the air. They use pressure. They use static pressure to determine the speed of an aircraft in the air relative to the air around it. And so when we're talking about jet streams, then you're going to be wrong again.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. Yeah, tailwind increases your ground speed. Thank you, Captain Obvious. That's like day one in flight school. Congratulations.
Right, so it's so 550 miles per hour, right? If it hold on, 550 miles per hour. If it travels for 12 hours, it goes 6,600 miles. Am I wrong about that?
You're using a straight path, a curved path, a wavy path.
You're wrong because
it's always a straight path. How am I wrong?
Because you don't know
the actual speed.
Oh yeah, how was the speed determined?
Oh my God! Do pilots not know how to set the speed of an aircraft?
Bro, stop trying to appeal to all these other people, the pilots, the airports that don't know the distance. Show us how you get the distance.
I have an answer.
Oh my God!
Yeah, let's hear the answer.
We'll just go ahead. Whatever.
Kosho's gonna try to save you. Don't worry, he won't be able to. But he's
nobody's being saved. But see, nobody's being saved here.
Yeah, you are.
I have the data. Witsit, you have nothing. Once again, you have nothing. I have the data. You have nothing.
We've already explained how your data was compiled. You use Flight Radar, a website that listen carefully, dude. Use a predetermined distance of the route. Then it shows the percentage of that predetermined distance that's been covered, and then it gives you the speed based on that. That's reifying the very thing that you are actually invoking for your argument, which is the distance. And you need to prove the speed.
Does that match a flat Earth, or does that match a globe?
It's built upon the assumed globe, buddy.
Exactly. So it matches the globe then. It doesn't match a flat Earth.
Because it's built upon the presupposition of the globe. What a clown.
I mean, I have.
No, you're the clown, dude. No, you're the clown.
No, let's not do the
Because
name
you
calling
walk
thing,
around.
please.
Hold on.
Come on. No, we're not going to do the name
What?
calling
Why
thing
don't
now.
you
Come
just
on, you're
Yeah,
not
none of us are clowns. We can all learn from each other, and we can all respect each other. End of that. That is literally the only reason I'm here. I don't think anything less of a flat earther. I don't think they're stupid. Nothing like that.
Let me just say one last thing before I get out of here. Let me just say one last thing before I get out of here.
We don't know where the plane's actually going. They could be taking a scenic route.
Y'all heard him trying to finish saying something, especially as a globe earther who's trying to say, look, man, I don't want any beef. I'm not about that. Like, and y'all straight up talk over him. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Let me just say one last thing before I get out of here. This all stems from Witsit claiming that these flights in the Southern Hemisphere didn't exist at all. That's why we're having this conversation.
That's not true. So now that he's been thoroughly exposed, he went back to, I will be interrupted, almost guaranteed. He went back to a straw man that he repeated for 2 weeks while I wasn't around. Every time I come here, he doesn't say anything. And then I exposed what really happened, which was that he claimed this flight was nonstop. And I said, can you actually show me where it says nonstop? You said you haven't looked it up yet. I said, okay, can you please look it up? You said no. So then I looked it up, and all I found was direct pass that have stops. Okay, it just direct as in it goes from one city to the other and not another city, but it still stops, right? So then I looked it up and I said, okay, just for the flat earthers, no, don't get real scared when they bring up the flight pass, because oftentimes they don't even actually take place, just like the one from all the way around the south that costs like $5,000 and no one ever actually goes to it. I said, this flight path apparently doesn't even exist nonstop because I can't find it. And they refused to bring the information. As soon as he brought it, I said, okay, maybe it does. Then he ran around for weeks after that still saying I said it doesn't exist at all. And flights don't exist in the South. And he just said it again because I've exposed his argument. Okay, thank you.
Oh, you didn't? At no point did you say, oh, yeah, maybe it does. You never said that, so quit lying.
Either way, you have no argument here. You don't have the distance.
I do have an argument because guess what?
You're definitely going to need the distance to have an argument.
Yeah, we know the distance between these two airports. That's not a problem.
Tell us how you got it. How'd you
when I get a chance,
we can look it up.
Save you.
You can look it up. If verifying it is to you guys is me going down there and measuring it myself, that's not possible. But there's other ways to verify the distance because these flights happen all the time. I think if they didn't know the distance, then there'd be a big problem.
They just have to know the time it takes when they ride the jet stream. And they use airspeed, which is relative to the static pressure around it, right? So you have to know the ground speed. And we have documentation in the north where the jet streams are slower. Planes going over 800 miles per hour.
Yeah, well, they don't go 800 miles per hour in the south. Sorry.
You just keep saying that.
And I just demonstrated that if it was 8 hours if it was 800 miles per hour, the flight would take 8 hours with it.
Unless it was a longer distance, huh?
It's not a longer distance, though.
So you're just reaffirming what's a contention for the 15th time. I'm not talking to you anymore. Thank you.
It's not a longer distance. Thank you.
They could be taking a scenic route. You don't know the route they're taking.
They're not taking a scenic route.
No,
you can't verify the route they're taking.
Yes, you can verify it. You can look it up.
Hey, in your strawman distance of the flat Earth map that none of us actually claim is definitive, in the strawman distance, how long would the flight take going 800 miles per hour?
All right, so say that again really quick. I'll tell you.
How long would the flight take on your strawman distance of the flat Earth map at 800 miles per hour?
1 second, I'll tell you right now. So the distance that I got hold on, I'm going to tell you. Don't interrupt me. So the distance that I got from one airport to the other on the flat Earth map that you guys used to like to use is about 12,900 miles per hour, roughly. So if it was traveling, what speed? You said 800 miles per hour? Let me see.
He's doing math.
Well, when you guys are done with this whole thing,
it would take about 16 hours.
Okay, and a flight actually takes about 14 to 15 hours, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so now we're gonna get into where actually your line that you drew is wrong, and you're gonna actually ride the jet stream around the water right there. Okay, and it can be going faster than 800 miles per hour because that's where the fastest.
That's actually worse for you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I know that's not much though. So what you don't understand is that we got 800 miles per hour clocked and reported in the north where the jet streams are slower. So if the jet streams are faster, you're going to be going faster than 800 miles per hour. So if we're going 900 miles per hour, it works perfect on a flat Earth, even though it's a strongman map. Thanks for playing you bitch boys like I promised you.
Right, but guess what? No flights go that speed, do they?
Oh, you just say that. You just say that because we literally have a reporter that they go over 800 in the north.
How often?
And just to clarify,
we're not in the north.
Just to clarify, yeah, but it's slower in the north, dude. So
we're not in the north.
Yeah, it's slower in the north though. So just to clarify for the whole room, earlier when I said that we have documentation of planes going over 800 miles per hour, he said, "Show me one time in history that actually happened." Yeah, and then I did.
That happened.
He thought it didn't even happen. He claimed it didn't even go over 800 miles per hour, and then I proved it with mainstream articles, and then he just stated
you got that. No, I didn't.
Now he's trying to say that it doesn't. Now he knows it doesn't go faster than 800 miles per hour. Whenever he's actually wrong because we're in jet streams faster than in the north. Okay, thanks for playing.
These specific flights don't travel 800 miles per hour. Witsit.
Again, the only way you make that claim is to use the predetermined distance algorithm on your flight radar app. Thanks for playing. We can move on now.
Sorry, Witsit. Even if you're thinking that the flight is traveling along the outside of the flat Earth map, that's even worse for you because that's an even longer distance.
No, not if we go right along this little inner circle right here, right close to the land over the water and loop back around in a jet stream.
How far is that distance? How far is that distance? Okay, so you don't know. Right, so you don't know.
This is your argument. This is your argument for weeks now, and the best you have is to draw a line over land.
Every time you come, you have a terrible argument, I gotta say, B-Ball.
Okay, thanks for playing.
How was this terrible? No, we're still playing. We're still checking ball, right?
You're down like.
So if you want to claim you want to claim that it's going around the outside of the flat Earth. Now you want to use your map again? Because we can go that route too.
I didn't say all the way on the outside.
Okay, so roughly, give me an estimation of how far that distance is.
I don't know. This is your claim.
You don't know.
This is your claim.
Would it be farther than 6,000 miles?
Yes.
Yes, a lot farther, right? Let's see. Let's put a number to it. Let's say 40,000 miles. Let's say it's 40,000 miles around the outside, right?
No, we're not. No, it's
you
nowhere
do that?
close to that.
No.
It's nowhere close
Okay,
to
so
that.
Okay, so was it farther or closer? No, we're not. We're going through this.
Nowhere close to
40,000. You're already making up distances of how far it is on flat Earth. I mean, show us how you got the distance.
Because he's using a flat Earth map. That's why. So we have to make shit up with a flat Earth map.
With map, yeah.
Which map?
You don't even
make stuff up. Since you don't have a map, you have to make stuff up.
You went across the land.
Yeah,
for navigational purposes, everyone uses the Mercator.
That's the way it would have to go on the flat Earth map. What
are you talking? Is it the Mercator projection that you keep referring to? What are you referring to?
Yes, it's the map that you guys claim.
No, it's the map that everyone uses for navigation. So I know you're not talking about the Mercator projection.
So that map doesn't work, right?
What are you?
Flights?
What are you talking about? I
think he's asking you to specify the map.
Does this flight work? Does this flight make sense on a flat Earth map?
The map. Listen, the Mercator projection is the one that they use for their coordinate system. The one that you're saying is wrong. I clarified with you.
So it's the right map then?
Can I just say?
So do you Pac-Man on the Mercator projection or what?
Yeah, which direction are you flying on the Mercator projection? Which direction?
If I fly off the edge of the Mercator map, do I Pac-Man across to the other edge?
Why don't you ask the people that use it for navigation? I don't know. Maybe you can ask them these silly questions.
Hey, does the flight go faster or slower when it goes east?
Guys, can I just make one really quick point that So I've been. Admittedly, I missed about 15 minutes earlier when my mum called me. But
pinpoint asteroids in orbit, then hurl y'all thousands of miles an hour towards it.